From Gen Wealth Financial Advisors, it's the fastest 4 minutes in investing.
Hi, once again, and welcome in to the fastest 4 minutes in investing. My name is Scott Inman, along with John Shrewsbury. And we're going to have a little fun on today's Fastest Four, John, looking at what Investopedia has ranked as their top financial terms of 2020. So just a little background. Investopedia, if you don't know, it's kind of the Wikipedia for investment-related topics.
Yep.
And they took a look at the most popular financial terms related to their more than 22 million monthly readers and over 30,000 articles on their site, which I didn't realize that it was that big. That's pretty amazing.
Big site.
Yeah, they take some data and said, what were the most searched for terms of 2020? So it's kind of a big list, so let's jump right in. Surprising number one, not that it's a popular term, but that people would need guidance on what the definition of it is stimulus check.
Yeah, everybody was interested in stimulus checks, probably not so much what it was, but how much it was going to be,
right,
when it was going to be here. You know, there's that type of thing that goes on, and we're kind of going through that again right now.
Yep.
When are the checks going to get in? And so stimulus check was number one. I thought this was interesting. 2020 was the year of stock splits.
Apparently.
Yeah, and stock splits were number two. That is when a company says, okay, we're going to split the number of shares that we have and the cost per share and all of that. And it is something that really did really kind of surface to the forefront in 2020.
Number three, Marxism.
Wow.
Yeah.
Kind of interesting. Wanting to understand the definition of Marxism.
Yeah, which beats socialism. Socialism's also on the list, but socialism's and that probably on both occasions is from the political rhetoric in a campaign year more than anything.
Yep, absolutely.
What is forbearance?
Well,
I think that's a really popular one.
Yeah, forbearance means that someone who has a right to something has given up that right for a period of time, and we saw that actually come to fruition in terms of student loan forbearance and other types of loan forbearance because of the pandemic and companies either being told that you were going to not require payment on a loan or voluntarily deferring payment on a loan. All of those things kind of go into play with that word forbearance.
All right. The next one also related to the pandemic for sure. Severance pay. A lot of folks lost their job. They did get a severance package on their way out.
Severance packages were offered by a lot of companies to try to reduce their payroll as a way of not laying off other people. But if they gave them a severance package and maybe did an early retirement or something like that, that really did prompt a number of those. And another popular term on Investopedia was something called a margin call, something you don't want to be on the wrong side of, and especially during that big downturn we had in March.
Yeah, I wonder if that was pandemic related as well. People trying to buy on margin, which means they're using money they don't have to invest, and it could be, if it's called, that means the money is needed right then. So something you definitely don't, as John already mentioned, want to be on the back end of. Black Swan is on the list as a popular term of 2020 from Investopedia, and that is, I'm not sure, I would like to do the research on how they arrived at that term for what they use it for, but it basically means something you couldn't prepare for in the economy that shakes and rattles markets.
You don't often see black swans. Mostly you see white swans.
So it's unusual.
And so it is an unusual event. An honorable mention that I think is important to take away from this is the Roth IRA. There was a lot of inquiry on the Roth IRA. We think the Roth IRA is going to come into more vogue in 2021 as the specter of higher taxes and more taxation because of all of the stimulus that has been provided. Roth IRA is going to be something we're going to be talking to you a lot about in 2021.
I was glad to see that there because I've often said the Roth IRA is one of the most underutilized tools in your toolkit for retirement. People do need to be made more aware of that. That's it for the fastest 4 minutes in investing for this week. We thank you for watching and listening. The Get Ready for the Future show continues next.